Holy smokes, this is massive news for both the real estate industry and the travel industry. So basically, if you ever travel or you ever want to make a dime investing in real estate at any point in your life, you got to get to the bottom lines of this video because this is a massive shift. Here's the outline. We're going to talk about what just happened within the last 24 hours. We're going to talk about what this means to you as a consumer and others across the world. And then we're going to talk about the impact this is going to have on real estate investors. Let's get started with Meet Kevin Report. Folks, here's what just happened. The Marriott International Group, which operates, you guessed it, the Marriott hotel line, but also the Starwood Resorts program, along with the Rewards program, and the Ritz-Carlton, just with one fell swoop, put Airbnb into hospice care. That is, the future of Airbnb just got beat to crap. And here's why. Marriott just launched a very small, but just launched, a competitor to Airbnb. For the longest time, we have seen international titans like the Intercontinental Hotel Group, which runs Holiday Inn, and the Hyatt, the Hilton, the Marriott Group, all of these hotels hate and try to fight Airbnb like crazy. We've had laws pushed against Airbnb. We have large hotel groups lobbying to fight Airbnb, which just basically means they try to beat up senators and local politicians to say, punish Airbnb, they're taking away our business. Well, guess what? Now, that loss of business has become so palpable, so realized by these hotel groups that now they're almost all considering their own dives into the Airbnb competitive marketplace. Let's add a little bit of detail here just for perspective. Airbnb has amassed, according to the New York Times, over 6 million rentable units. The Wall Street Journal further clarifies this and says 4.9 million of those have been actively used within the last 30 days. That's almost 5 times as many rentable units as the Marriott Group has. So what is Marriott doing? Well, Marriott is now introducing a small pilot program where they'll have 2,000 homes over 20 different markets spread across the United States, Europe, and Latin America to test out their version of the Airbnb platform. If you don't already know, Airbnb is much like Uber, but for renting units. That is, if you go on vacation somewhere and you decide you want to rent a room from somebody, a townhouse, condo, or house, you can do so through postings that owners can directly put on Airbnb. Now, owners do get reviewed, but I will tell you, one of the most common inconsistencies with Airbnb is consistency. Why do I say that? Well, I say that from personal experience. See, when I visited Miami to stay in an Airbnb condo, I only arrived to the condominium building to be told that I'll have to climb 27 flights of stairs to grab the elevator keycard access and be able to ride the elevator up and down to go get my baggage. When I stayed in Idaho, I showed up at a massive mansion-esque style Airbnb only to find that the property didn't have internet service at all, which isn't the best for a California real estate broker and YouTuber. When I went to New York, I met the owners personally to get the keys and was told, hey, you know what? We're best friends. Never mention the word Airbnb here, got it? Now, no, I haven't found any hidden cameras in bathrooms or bedrooms yet. I will say Airbnb tends to be pretty inconsistent. From not having toilet paper to broken TVs, not having internet service, it can be a little bit frustrating. Now, this isn't sponsored by Marriott, but understand this. Marriott, in one fell swoop, just set the death stage, rang the death knell for Airbnb. Why do I say that? I say that because of 2 reasons. 1, from a consumer's point of view, would you rather rent a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house from Airbnb or from Marriott, where Marriott is promising you not only a rewards program, professional customer service, and access to a 24-hour hotline, or Would you rather try your luck with a similarly priced Airbnb from an unknown homeowner where people aren't really incentivized to tell the truth about their experience? So you can see here that if Marriott really pushes this Airbnb competition program hard, they could probably displace or rob a ton of market share from Airbnb. But there was a second reason as well. See, a lot of landlords today just don't trust Airbnb because there's a fear that what if they inherit a bad tenant? What if, the Airbnb guarantee that they offer landlords doesn't work out or something goes wrong? Well, if a company like Holiday Inn or Marriott or Sheraton comes in, a lot more landlords might be inclined to sign up for a professionally managed solution to make money off their rentals, which in a twisted way might actually allow a lot of cities like New York City or San Francisco or LA or Santa Monica or Paris to start saying, you know what? Maybe we'll allow these accommodation rentals, which is just a fancy word for short-term rental, aka hotel out of a house. Hotel out of house equals accommodation rental. This could now all of a sudden unwind a lot of these short-term rental bans because now professionals are handling this all rather than unskilled homeowners, which what is that going to do for consumers? Lower prices, probably due to more supply. But in addition to lower prices, you'll probably also end up with better service and opportunities to earn rewards and have a consistent experience and stay every time you travel. Now, before we talk about the impact to real estate investors, understand this. Airbnb is preparing to file for their IPO, their initial public offering, next year, that is in 2020. And if they file that IPO, they'll probably end up getting a ton of funding from the public, which what is that going to do? Well, funding for a startup, as usual, helps expand that startup and will help Airbnb solidify their domination of this marketplace. So hotel groups like Marriott are really incentivized now to push the competition back and squash Airbnb before they can file that IPO. So you're really gonna wanna stay tuned to developments in this over the next 12 months. But now let's talk real estate investors. What is the impact to all of these changes to the real estate investor? Well, it probably means real estate prices are going to go up, but not all real estate prices. Watch my speculation here, and keep in mind, this whole video could be wrong, so please don't sue me, bro. But let's get into a little bit of what I think is going to happen from a real estate point of view. First, you need to understand this. Airbnb has already led to massive shifts in real estate prices. The fact that people can now go in and say, oh, well, hey, this house would ordinarily rent for $2,800 per month, but if I just list it on Airbnb, I'll get $3,800 per month and a side hustle. Gary Vee told me I needed a side hustle, so you know what? Let's do it. Let's get a side hustle and rent out our place through Airbnb and get some more money. Now, this is exactly why real estate prices are skyrocketing, in part due to Airbnb and vacation rental by owner, or VRBO. If you don't believe me, get this. The United States Federal Trade Commission stated that they are investigating Airbnb's impact on real estate prices and housing affordability. So if people are now willing to overpay for real estate, you should be even more inclined to understand how to invest in real estate and make some money by maybe buying wedge deals and profiting. And how to do that is specifically what I talk about all of the time in the real estate investing course, where you can get access to over 340 private lectures on all of the investing and real estate brokerage experience that I have on how to make money in real estate, all of my tips and tricks to save money. And imagine this, you can even talk to me privately in our live streams multiple times per week, so that you could run your deals, your scenarios, and your problems by me, and I can personally help you. Just remember to use Spring 2019 for 18% off the course. There's also a course for real estate agents if you want to learn how to sell more. And all of this Airbnb talk, you can bet, is going to be imbued in even more detail in these courses and live streams. Now, what impact would a program like Marriott's version of Airbnb have on real estate? Well, it's quite possible that Marriott's program is actually going to have a little bit of a different impact on real estate. Here's why. I think Marriott's program is actually only going to target properties that have been retrofitted with the proper safety items. In other words, if a house is not prepared for a hurricane, is not prepared for an earthquake, doesn't have fire sprinklers, smoke alarms, carbon monoxide detectors, and fire sprinklers, or has lead-based paint or asbestos products, my guess is Marriott won't touch it. My guess is also that any other large accommodation company that is doing this professionally won't touch any of those properties. So what does this mean for you as a real estate investor? Well, we know that Airbnb has led to prices going up. We know that a professional company is probably going to be more inclined to invest in safe properties because they don't want accidents, fires, deaths, spy cams, or any other crazy things going on. That means if Marriott restricts their inventory to properties with these safety standards, it's quite possible that only newer properties are going to see the bump in property values by companies like Marriott entering the accommodation market space. Wow, this is a massive shift for real estate. It's extremely early on. Yeah, it's probably premature to say that Airbnb is dead, but I'll tell you, today or yesterday when this was announced, marks a stake in the ground that says Airbnb's days might be limited. That hotel groups like the Marriott, the Holiday Inn, Sheraton, the Hyatt, the Hilton, might come in to swoop a lot of that inconsistent service away from Airbnb, professionalize it, and provide it to consumers with better service at more competitive rates, with rewards programs, with rewards credit cards, and probably more programs that I can't even think of right now because holy smokes, I'm blown away. Make sure to smash that subscribe button to follow for more updates because I'm gonna be tracking this like crazy. And follow me on the Instagram as well to see whatever the heck it is I'm getting surprised by on a daily basis. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out the links for the real estate investment course and the real estate agent sales course below. Note that I recommend the investing course for absolutely everybody. I don't care if you're 16, I don't care if you're international, you will learn something. In fact, you'll probably learn 5 to 10 times the value you actually spend on the program, if not more, by setting you up to invest in real estate for the long run and make boatloads of money. Thanks for joining, folks. We'll see you around.